There we go. Hello. Well, I'll adjust that a little bit. Hi, welcome to I'm Not Trying to Kill You. And today we're playing the Splintering Wheel. My name is Ash. I use she, her, hers pronouns. And I will be your host and GM for today. And we're playing Dungeon World. And the Splintering Wheel is specifically, it's an open table Dungeon World game, which means that as we venture out into the forests, I have everyone in the wrong order. Dang it! I thought I did so well putting everyone in the right order. As we head out into the forests, we each week we have a different set of people, which is lovely. So I will get to this week's lovely adventurers to introduce themselves, starting with Darren. Hi, Darren.
Hi, I'm Darren. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm explosive logorrhea in chat. Should I introduce my character?
Yep, introduce your character, and if people, where people know you from, which we just said, but yeah, what is your character? Who is your character? What do they look like? All that.
So, Ro is a horrible little gremlin of a man. He also uses he, him pronouns. He conceals his body with a mask and a cloak. And he has a pet woodlouse the size of a cat named Marrow. From last time, he looks a little bit different as he has swapped out his old gray cloak for a very familiar looking fiery orange cloak.
Cool. All right. Excellent. And then we have Alice. Hi, Alice.
Howdy. I'm Alice, also known as Taffcat in various places on the interwebs. I make games and stuff. I'm playing Mari. She's the nom druid. She's like 15 or so. She's like real short. Has like real tattered clothes. Like they all look like they're muddy and have been chewed on at some point. She smells of like meat and like bog water. Yeah, she has like alligator eyes with scales that like cross and like go back down her head, and her hair is all black and messy. So yeah.
Awesome. Cammy, how you doing?
Good. I am Cammy. I use she, her pronouns. I am also known as the only Splidget moose on the internet. Last time I googled. I am playing a new character called Touré. They are a dark elf mage. Not dark elf in the traditional Eberron sense or D&D sense, but dark elf in the Morrowind Elder Scrolls sense. So grey skin, dark hair. Kind of grey-blue skin. I would have mentioned the eyes, except she doesn't have any. She has like a brass plate, like fused to her face to hold her wisdom in. So she's functionally blind. So that will be interesting to try out.
Metal as fuck. Zach, hi. How you doing?
Hi, my name is Zach, also known as Mopocalypse in most places. I use they, them pronouns, and I guess I'm like a indie game designer, kind of, question mark.
Yeah, you are. Who's your character?
Oh, I'm playing Aphon, the halfling cleric.
Cool.
They wear like a eye patch over their right eye, red hair, sort of mid-length, curly. They, them pronouns as well.
Awesome, rad, cool.
I forgot to do my pronouns. I use she, her. Mari uses whatever pronouns people feel like. I don't think she gives a shit.
On account of being a druid that turns into like random animals and then eats people.
Essentially.
Yeah, fair. I feel like there's more important things to worry about than pronouns at that point. But cool. Well, let's do the start of session move. I think the way that we see Beta at the start this time is at night. I think there are like pinpricks of light in the sky above, like stars, but somehow smaller and more distant, colder perhaps. And they twinkle through the canopy of the bushland that surrounds the town and its ruined buildings and whatnot. And I think we see off like to one side of the town, we see the like night sky being lit up by like flickering purple and cyan flames, like some great fire in the near distance. And I think we smell something, the smell of like metal burning. There's that like very distinctive, like when you throw something metal into a fire, you get a very tangy sort of smoke in the air, and I think we can smell that drifting across the night breeze. I think most people are asleep. And we can either jump in that evening, or we can like move in like in the next couple of like zoom in on the next couple of days. Let's do the start of session. So introduce your characters, which we've done. If any characters have been working on a long-term projects around town, make the lending a hand move. Now I think Mari was in the last session, so therefore not lending a hand. But we haven't seen Ro in a while. Ro, have you been working on any long-term projects around town?
Sort of. I don't think he's been doing it deliberately, though.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm going to describe what he's been doing, and
we can decide if that seems like it needs a roll. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So he normally lives in a fig tree, but he has migrated to a large horse chestnut tree on the edge of the jungle. And what he's been doing, because a swarm of crickets or locusts or grasshoppers have moved in and started clearing a section of land, he has been pitching conkers at these horrible giant bugs and reaping the buggy profit. And because the land is now cleared, a bunch of farmers have gone in, and he has been throwing conkers at them as well.
Does that sound like you're moving towards farms?
I was thinking that, but I was also thinking, would he be able to just get food?
Yeah, as in
like dungeon rations.
Dungeon rations. There isn't anyone to like. So you probably want to establish farms because there's no one. Because once there's farms, food can be bought in town.
Okay.
Until there are farms, that's not a thing that can be bought in town.
Okay, so I guess he's working on farms.
Quote, like air quotes. Yeah, cool. So you're rolling 2d6 -1 because Fortunes is currently -1. But if someone wants to, they could help you. If there's a way that they might be helping with this.
If anyone wants to, I am more than willing to hear how you help with this.
Yeah, like is there something to do with the like, you know, maybe throw the conkers here or like Anyone...
So it's just helping establishing farms, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I think in the style that like what's your character's name again, Darren?
Row.
I think in the style of Ro unintentionally helping. I think Mari's been unintentionally helping by like hunting animals around town, and like so has cleared some of like the more dangerous predators around from like where the farms would be.
It's
So, like,
it definitely sounds like you've been like clearing both like locusts and like maybe Mari's been clearing like rats and things. So that definitely sounds like helping to me. So that means Darren, you can roll 2d6 minus 1, but you can re-roll one of those d6 if you want to. Would you like to re-roll one of those?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow, that's a d10. That's a 10. Nice. So on a 10, your help is invaluable and you keep the project moving. Mark 1 progress towards the improvement. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make for you a thing for called farms, and I'll let you put that where you think these farms are. And then you should be able to right click on it and choose side to advance it to like the first tick. There we go. Awesome.
There we go.
The farms have been have made progress towards being established. They've been established. They're not yet making profit and food in abundance, but there's something there, which is really cool. Awesome. Well, if any characters want to go hunting for rumors, they can make the gather rumors move. Does anyone want to do that? And remember, with rumors, you can say, "Hey, I'm looking specifically for rumors about like people in town who have needs that might need filling," or "I'm looking for rumors about the ogre that was seen with the goat," or like those sorts of things. You can be like, you can say, "I'm looking for things in this vague area," and I'll try my best to like get things as close to that as I can. But sometimes it's not possible.
So like last session, I don't know if everyone else is still. The plan was to do the thing we did last session and then the bone pit. Didn't actually do the bone pit. Would be curious to do so now.
You mean the bone zone?
Yes,
Bone
thank
zone.
you.
All right, well, there you go. But yeah, that's a thing I'd be interested in.
I'm kind of also interested in what this like fire in the sky thing was.
Eh.
I had a question, Ash.
Yeah.
So, is it possible? So, would it be possible to look for, say, a rumor regarding a way to turn a frog back into a person?
Yes, that's I think you can say like, and I'm going to be pretty like wide in my description of that sort of stuff. But yeah, certainly. You can certainly go looking for rumors about those things, and I'll tell you what you find. How close or how far it is depends on your accuracy.
I'm really interested in Cinder King Atsis.
That is in the bone zone, I think. So, 2 birds, 1 stone.
You said Cinder King, and I immediately got scared because of BOB. Continue.
Well, yeah, his official title is Emperor Atsis of all between the Standing Stone and the Sapphire Sea. But people have but like players in town have started to refer to him as the Cinder King, partially because I think they were reading BOB, and partially because when he has been seen, he leaves a trail of soot on the floor, like as if someone had been burning incense. I think that's where that name comes from. But yeah, I think he is Bone Zone adjacent.
Okay. I'm cool with any of those. Those all work for me.
I would like to gather some more rumors about about Atsis in the hopes of kind of nailing down
Yeah.
where or who or what he is.
Yeah, definitely. So in which case, yeah. Is there anyone helping you? Are you spending coin? It's a charisma roll.
I don't have any coin.
Yep. Are you being helped looking for rumors of
I don't think
Atsis?
so just yet because
Yep.
I'm a new weirdo in town.
Yep, sure, cool. Then yeah, roll plus charisma. Nice. I think someone met him. Let me have a look at. Tall Tales told firsthand, so a reliable rumor. Cool. In which case, I think Barek, who is one of the people in town who regularly goes out. They're not quite an adventurer, but they regularly go out into the foraging for like resources and supplies to help rebuild bits of the buildings or things like that. He's a fairly broad-shouldered and hard-working fella, and I think he will happily talk to the weird girl. Sorry, what was Turi's pronouns? She, her?
Yes, just for ease of understanding.
So
like calling her a girl is a bit diminutive.
Yeah. The weird lady with he's happy to talk to the weird lady because she's weird, and he says he talks about there are these great big old storage places from an age past that still have a lot of old solid dry wood in them. We use it mostly for shoring up buildings and things, and I'd been out there. I'd headed out there to try and collect some because me and Tynan were quite good at lifting all the heavy things that are needed. So we were out there, but when we came up to the storage sheds, the great old warehouses that they are, we heard crying, like a man grieving for his own soul, a man who could not contain his sadness. And so we went up and we had a look inside, and there was this even as we came up to the door, there was this soot on the ground. And so we peered in, and there was this man with a on his knees, grasping at his head, and this strange brass, maybe gold crown upon his head. And I think he was crying soot. We left. We went and got our wood somewhere else, and we decided we won't go back there until we can until he's decided to finish whatever it is he's doing. But as we were leaving, we spotted upon the ground a sword, a beautiful sword, and then a dozen lances. And we thought to ourselves, oh, we'll take those. So we used the lances instead. And Patrick's house is holding up fine, so that's pretty good. But unless we find more lances, we'll need to wait for whoever's in there to clear out.
Interesting. And so that is Bone's own adjacent. And we
Yeah.
have a map to the Bone Zone?
The journal has the list of all the things that have been mapped to.
The Bone Zone hasn't, but the chasm has.
And the Bone Zone is beyond the chasm.
Yep.
Cool. So
All roads point to the Bone Zone, I guess. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on near there.
Yeah. Ro, did you want to go searching for rumors?
Yeah. I don't think I'm spending any coin though.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And were you searching for rumors about a specific thing?
Yeah, how to turn a frog back into a person, because there's only room for one bug-eating tiny weirdo in this town.
All right. Cool. We'll roll that charisma check, and I'll see what I can get for you. Because like, it's very specific, but I'm excited to see how close we can get. 9. So that is vagaries and gossip. Let me give you part of rumor. Oh, let me see if we got this in the journal already or not. Near to the pool of eels, there is a person who, in exchange for offerings and gifts, often gives out wisdom. Although often people sometimes will claim that it's like, you know, this brilliant, you know, life-changing wisdom, and other people sometimes will be like, it was bullshit, and I'm not going to not going to stand for it. But there is one person who I think she would say I think she would say she was coerced into sleeping with a triton or a merfolk of some sort, a man from the swamp with horrid gills and fins and webbed fingers, and she was deathly afraid that her child, that when she became with child, that it would be some kind of horrible fish monster. And so she went to this person, this strange advice giver near the pool of eels, and he told her that if she were to consume vast quantities of salt, that it would draw the water essence up out of her babe, and thus she has a child with she had a child with healthy pink skin, fat and round as one could want, and that babe lived happily until it was snatched away in the night by some horrible creature many years ago. But that's a rumor that you've heard.
So she ate too much salt and then had a child with a thyroid problem.
Look, I'm just telling you the story you heard. How much of that is true, we don't know.
Not quite sure how that relates to frogs.
We
I
just need
mean-
to stuff Henri full of salt, and then problem solved.
I think the relation was more go ask the creepy eel person, and maybe they'll know something.
I mean, sure, but then we're not stuffing a necromancer full of salt, so...
I mean, they're also a frog. Do frogs react the same way to salt that snails do? I don't think
Not
that-
in exactly the same way, no, but it's not good for them.
That's what I mean more. Like, I don't think, like... I didn't think they, like, sizzled or anything, but, like, yeah. Maybe don't force feed the frog salt. But I think there's enough rumors to put us at least towards something.
Definitely, certainly. So if we've gathered all the rumors that we want to, then, with rumors or not, choose a destination and set out. Don't dally.
So, can I choose the Bone Zone as the destination? And am I allowed to circumvent the heading out thing with some magic?
What does that mean?
As a mage, I have the spell focus of the stars, which has the aligned elements of calling across space and peeling back the veil. So I would like to try and step through space as a group to the Bone Zone rather than adventuring.
That sounds dangerous as shit.
I am all for it.
Mari is not.
Yeah, A-Form would also not want to do that.
Fucking... That, no. If you...
I love the options that would be available to me on a 6- for that.
Like, if that idea is pitched more as like, yeah, you go do that. I'll meet you there. Like, something on...
I mean, that's the thing that you can't... You're welcome to split the party. That's fine. This is Dungeon World. I ain't gonna stop you.
I mean...
I will not split the party in as a means to practice playing a blind character walking through a forest.
I mean, it doesn't seem like everyone's gonna be ditching you. That's just me and Zach. And I'd be ditching him too. Well, actually, yeah, I mean, like, you'd still have someone there with you, so you know.
So maybe not the dangerous peeling back of the veil. Maybe just like walking?
With use the stars as a compass type deal?
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds like a plan.
Well, we have that part of the way there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing I thought, instead of just teleporting there, the other aligned trait is foretell destiny. I think that's what it says. And so I would like to try and foretell our destiny going over there to get like a +1 forward mechanically or something.
Yeah. So what's the move?
It's just cast a spell to solve a problem.
Right. What's the problem that you're solving?
The forests are dangerous, and I want to know what's coming.
Cool. You know what? I'm gonna have to get the mage playbook up because I remember that this playbook is a lot of fuckery. So just give me a second.
So is the mage playbook different than a wizard playbook?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is a
I've
third
only
party.
ever...
It's solving problems with magic, and then the DM punches you in the face.
That's a pretty accurate description. Mage. The mage.
See, this is why I just like druids. I can't fuck with magic-y stuff. I just turn to animals and solve problems that way.
Cast a spell. Right, cool. So your focus is
The stars.
Your focus is the stars, and your aligned is
All three of those.
Oh, you put it in the chat? No?
No, sorry. So it's foretell destiny, call across space, and peel back the veil.
Cool. And what are your opposed?
Earth and stone, and hiding the truth.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, cool. So the problem is that the forest is dangerous. Yeah, roll to cast a spell. And yeah, what is the effect that you're creating?
Okay, so using the inspiration for this character is Dagoth, sixth house stuff from Morrowind, and so she does tonal architecture. So she resonates with the frequencies of the universe. So she takes out her blind cane and taps it on this amulet that she has, and it works like a tuning fork and makes all these frequencies. And so she kind of quantum tunnels with sonar and into the future, and then using quantum mechanics knows which is the best path. Kind of how light goes into a leaf.
Yep.
Quantum tunneling.
Yep.
But she fails anyway.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun. How do I?
Fucking magic. I think Mari's slowly realizing she hates magic.
Oh dear.
But she's a druid.
Yeah,
That's
that doesn't mean she
different.
thinks it's magic.
All right. Maybe it's in here. There we are. Cammy, can you roll me d36?
Mari can't, like, throw a lightning bolt or fuck with time or space. She just turns into a bird.
Cammy, you rolled 4. Fun. Yeah, you see the future. Where you toss yourself into giant flames of purple and cyan and burn and leave your mortal form. That's neat. That's gone well.
Yo, maybe don't do that.
Yeah. So, does anyone else want to do anything before we set out?
No.
Does anyone want to lead the party? Sure. Cool. All right. So, where are you headed?
I'm heading towards the bone zone, hopefully circumventing the giant canyon of fire.
Sure. So, do you have a map to the bone zone?
I do not believe so.
Do you have vagaries and gossip?
Yeah, tons.
Cool. Awesome. Have you been there before?
I mean, not on camera. I don't know if Mari has personally.
It's on camera as well counts. So
oh, then no.
2d6 plus 1.
2d6 plus 1. That's a 7.
Cool.
Are you able to help on this?
Yes, you are.
I think Aphon would definitely help on this.
Yeah. What does that look like?
So yeah, like they're used to walking by stars and like directions on like the compass and stuff because that's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
They're almost perpetually looking at the sky. So every so often they'll like look at a star and be like, "Does this align with like the rumors, etc.?" And like motioning at Mari and stuff.
Yeah, one of the things that I think Aphon would be familiar with is the fact that the stars turn in strange ways, like compared to how we would view them, right? Like we view stars as like these things that move as one through the night sky, whereas I think Aphon is probably like familiar with teachings where that used to be true, but these days it's not as true as it was. And I like the idea of Aphon being like, Like, if we can see that, then it means that we're still following such and such, and that's probably not a great idea. So that's cool. So yeah, if you want to help, then Alice can re-roll one of those dice.
If I roll a 1, I blame you. No, we're good.
Heck yeah! So yeah, Aethlon's help proves invaluable. Awesome. So that gets us one of the way there. Let me have a look at my map. And we are trying to avoid the chasm.
Oh yeah, that canyon is not a thing Mari wants to go within a mile of.
I think you have a fairly easy time of it then, because between the stars and like you found like a little like rivulet or tributary or something that is like flowing like down and away from town. And so it is I think you come at the end of like the day's march to a great mulberry tree set on the side of a hill, and underfoot is all like is that like tangy, fruity vision of murder that occurs under a mulberry tree in fruit, just red everywhere, and like you bend down and you touch your fingers to it and they're stained immediately with the mulberry juice, just straight up red. But yeah, this would be a place that would be good for making camp, if you don't want to like push forward into the night and like do an extra march.
No, I mean I think taking it slower is acceptable to Mari, unless anyone else has objections.
No, that seems like a good idea.
Like if Aethon would be like, we could probably keep going, but if the whole group is like, we should stop, they'll bow to everyone else's judgment.
Cool. What do you do? What's the plan?
I think we are going to camp.
Yeah, camp for the
What does that
section.
look like?
Mari is going to hunt for everyone else. She doesn't technically need to eat, although she enjoys it. So like she'll focus on trying to make sure that these fuckers don't starve.
Yeah, cool. It sounds like you're the one rolling the camp check then.
Sure.
Is everyone else eating a ration?
Yeah, I think so. I think Ro is.
Yep. So mark one off.
If you remember to tell Aethon to like eat and do things, they'll do it. But apart from that, they just lie on the ground and just look at the sky.
Yeah, Mari would remind you, and very kind of annoyedly, like,
Yeah.
why the fuck do these people not have survival instincts?
Cool. All right. So yeah. And Cammy is is Turi eating a
To get
ration?
the +1, everyone has to consume a ration. Then I'll consume a ration.
Okay, cool. So then, Alice, you're rolling 2d6 plus 1.
Okay. That's a 5.
All right. So yeah,
Can we help on this roll?
yes, you can.
Alice, would you like help?
I mean, I don't mind it. I'm kind of curious what this fail looks like, actually, though.
Yeah, like, and remember that, like, if someone helps you and it turns it into a success, you don't get to mark XP as well.
Yeah, also XPs. I'm like 3 away, so like I kind of want this to fail and just be like, if someone fucks around with this at camp, I don't care. Sure.
Yeah, let's see how this goes terribly wrong.
Yeah.
Let's see how
Maybe
we
we get
die.
to eat something. We'll see.
What?
My heritage ability is when a magical effect happens close by, you can feel it and tell roughly which direction and how far it is.
So
if something magic sneaks up on us, they can detect it.
Cool. Let me have a look at my list. Oh, yep, I know what this is. Mara, you strike down I think a fawn. How do you hunt?
Oh, let's see. You say a fawn?
Hmm.
Most likely in this case, then I was like lounging on a tree as like a giant serpent, and when it like comes by to like eat some berries or something, I like slither down and wrap myself around it and like snap its neck type deal with
Yeah, cool.
like squeeze it to death.
And yeah, as it like and it makes out like a sad baby animal like deer cry as it as you break its neck, and it's only a moment before suddenly you hear the thundering of much larger hooves. And yeah, and then all of a sudden there is a great six-legged deer with like steel antlers. They're not antlers that look like they've like a natural form.
Sure.
It's like someone took the top of a stobie pole of like a power line or a telephone pole.
I see.
And like just mounted it on the head of this great muscled six-legged deer that is charging towards you.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
quick question.
Yeah.
The snake hunt wasn't like an actual shapeshift. That was just me kind of describing stuff, correct? Cool. Yeah. I'd like to turn to a giant fucking alligator real quick.
Sounds good. Let's see how you do with that.
That's a 10.
Cool. So I think an alligator can like lock things in its jaws. And it can definitely like roll the air out of things if it's like when they're like in water. That's definitely a thing. What do you think is another one?
Let's see. You said lock things as jaws, which reads to me like being able to pin it down sort of too.
Yeah.
If I get my jaws around it. Being able to roll in the water is good too. Just being able to like tail swipe, like knock things off its feet would be good.
Yeah. I feel like the other one for an alligator is something to do with surprise though.
Oh,
like,
that's fair. What would that
like spring quickly from a hidden position, right? Like and to like grab a hold of things.
Or alternatively, something to do with being big and scaly, like something to
right, shrug off.
Yeah.
So like, shrug off minor blows or something like that.
Yeah, that works
like
fine for me.
scaly skin. That makes sense to me.
Awesome, perfect. I'm happy with all of those.
Yep, cool, awesome. So yeah, this deer launches it's got like two great legs, two sets of legs at the front, and then huge powerful hind legs that is, and it's like we hear that like sort of sound as it like it like powers across the like the open bit of clearing where like the deer had been eating flowers or whatever, and yeah, it lowers its like many pronged like phone tower horns towards you, like lowers them down and charges as you turn into a giant alligator. What do you do?
I'm gonna like essentially hopefully this is dangerous. I'm going to stare at it, like lock eyes with the thing as it's charging at me. And because like I'm picturing the horns not fully like going down, there's a gap between the horns and the ground, and I'm like an alligator, so I'm gonna like lower my head under the horns and like raise them and like so its head, so I like knock it up a bit and bite down on its neck and try to pin it.
Yeah, cool. That sounds like you're spending one of your holds to pin it in place, or are you trying to hack and slash it to do damage? What's your intended outcome?
I think I'm trying to like actually hurt it.
Yeah, sure. So I think that sounds like rolling hack and slash then.
Cool. That's strength, correct?
Yep.
By the way, like when the things are surging, she does a giant alligator like snapping sound and roar. Like people hear this at this point.
Yep. Cool. I mean, like, and they're like not very far away at all, so that people can join in.
That is a 10.
Awesome. Do you want to do extra damage, or do you want to just like do your damage?
Let's see. No, I'm cool doing damage and exposing myself.
Yeah, cool. Roll the additional damage.
So it's 2d6, it seems like, for me. Cool. That's 7.
Awesome. Cool. Let me just like chuck a thing in here that I can keep track of. Really? Can I just have a text tool, please? There we go. 7 damage, so cool. Yeah. So so you sink your teeth into it. You don't manage to like pin it down and stop it from like moving, but like you've certainly interrupted its charge towards you. Everyone else hears this like this like the low bellow of the what's the word for a big angry deer with man horns? Elk?
Stag.
Everyone hears the bellow of the stag, and then the great rumbling hiss of Mari turning into an alligator. Does anyone want to does anyone mac it over, or are people hiding, or what's the deal?
Can I hear the many feet?
Yes.
Can I cast a spell, please?
Sure.
I want to, so I can cast with my aligned thing, and that gives me a minimum of +1. But I can cast outside of my aligned element, and that gives me a -1 going forwards. I would like to cast a spell that kind of muddies the physics around the elk's feet, so it can't move. So it's slowed down. So that doesn't fit with any of my aligned things, but it's something I can do.
Yeah. Roll intelligence.
So yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Quick question. Since I did the bonus damage, do I take harm? Do I need to spend a hold?
Yeah, you do. You do. So, yeah, you can spend a hold to shrug off. The damage from this is a D10.
Okay.
I will let you spend, and it's 3 piercing. So I will let you spend a hold to roll it twice and take the lowest. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, that sounds fair to me.
Yeah. And Cammy can roll intelligence as well.
I just didn't want to ignore the consequences of that.
Yeah,
roll.
no, thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, would like to re-roll that, please.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
Cammy's
That's
roll.
Cammy's,
Okay.
yeah. I need to see your D10, and then you can roll it twice and take the lower.
Oh, I roll it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't roll anything in Dungeon World.
That's a 3.
And
so /roll 1d10. That's a 4. I'll take that 3, please.
yep, cool. And it's 3 piercing, so it ignores the first 3. Like
I
armor.
don't have armor anyways.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I'm just keeping the thing going. So on a 10 plus, choose one, Cammy.
I think because we're going to rest soon, I'm going to take the -1. The -2 intelligence.
Yep. Cool. In which case, yeah. So like this thing, you grab a hold of its neck, and it starts like thrashing around, and like the two of you are of similar size. So I think what happens is that it manages to impale you, to graze you with one of its horns, but not like actually impale you directly. And as it's doing so, I think it comes to it like it and like thrashing about trying to get rid of the thing that's clamped on its neck. It like fumbles and falls down onto its side. What do you do?
Oh, side note, I have horn, tooth, and claw, so for the purpose of like messy and piercing, just so you know if that matters.
Oh, right, cool. Yeah,
If that matters at all.
That does make a difference. It makes a difference. Did you choose messy or piercing?
Oh, I thought it was messy, and then you also picked the other. You picked one of the other.
Let me double check for us, so that I.
Oh no, it's choose messy, one piercing, or precise.
Yeah. So which one did you choose?
Could you just do me the favor of describing what choosing messy would mean?
Yeah. Like in this situation.
In this situation, or just in general, I don't see the mechanical benefit of choosing messy over, say, precise or piercing.
Yeah. Let me find it because it is in the tag list. So messy is a fiction prompting tag. It deals damage in a particularly destructive way, ripping people and things apart. So yeah, it gives you that like that. Messy is where you tear someone's arm off as opposed to stabbing them in the like liver.
I mean, I wish I could say piercing because that'd be helpful, but it's messy.
Yep, cool, awesome, that is fine. In which case, yeah, like the teeth of the alligator, just like as it's like being like tossed around, are just tearing shreds off of the neck of this thing. I don't think we've got like I think we've got it like around this side, so we're not like digging into its like major arteries or anything, but we're definitely like trapezius muscles or whatever are taking a lot of damage, and we can no trapezius it's trapezius muscles, and so like its head is kind of lolling and it's like struggling with its attempts to. I think that's part of the reason that it like only grazes you, right? As opposed to...
It doesn't have full function of its neck anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, like, at this point, I don't want to pin it because I don't know if people are showing up yet. Because if I was to pin it, it would be to try and hold it here so someone else could kill it. So I'm just going to try and, like, hold it down with some of the claws and just start, like, ripping tendons out of its neck.
Yeah.
Like, just thrashing around.
Yeah, that sounds like you're going for that hack and slash again.
That's a 6.
Yeah, friend. Yeah. I think you start like going at the neck, but I think you take like a full like kick to the like to your to your alligator sternum, just massive hoof blow. And I don't think it's because this isn't its regular attack, so I think it's still a D10, but I don't think it's piercing.
I'm happy to spend another hold.
Yep.
On this one as well.
So roll it twice and take the lower.
1d10. That's a 9.
Reroll.
That's a 7.
Better than nothing.
Yo, people.
Yeah, what's everyone else doing?
Okay. So there's a bunch of large animals struggling in a bunch of trees and some kind of weird space warping effect going on.
I mean, from everyone else's perspective, the thing slipped and fell, right? Like,
sure.
But yeah, this is like some kind of a weird kaiju fight.
So
I imagine we're both very big versions of ourselves too,
yeah,
right?
I imagine
like,
you're both like huge, like large to huge creatures.
Like dire stag, dire alligator type stuff.
Yep.
So I think what we see first is a half-eaten giant cricket falling from the trees, followed by a twisting roe who is trying to get his feet under him, and his hands are glowing with fire. I didn't describe this last time, but when he uses his fire, it's like the greenish blue of burning copper. and he lands on the stag's head and just plunges his hands into it where its horns meet the skull and just tries to shear them right off.
Sick. What is that? Is that a move you're trying to trigger?
Yes, I am trying to trigger Handcrafted, which I use my hands in place of tools and fire to craft metal items, and I may unmake things, but without timer safety, it may require you to defy danger first.
Yeah, it sounds like you're going to need to defy danger. How are you defying it? You're trying to use your... It sounds like you're trying to use strength, actually. Right? Like you're trying to, like, push through it. Unless you're using dexterity to try and, like, knock it. To try and, like, nimbly avoid the horns.
Yeah, he's sort of twisting cat-like in the air, so I think that's more dexterity
then. Yep. Cool.
Twisting like a cat wrapped in a blanket.
Sure. Would small but fierce apply here? You know, because...
Yeah, I think it would.
He's not as... doesn't present as big of a cross-section.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Ouch.
I mean, we know what happens, don't we? We can all see Ro, like, fall out of the tree just onto a fucking horn. Like... I'm sorry, Ro, but that's gotta be the outcome.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, it's a D10 3 piercing. Alright, that could have been a lot worse, so...
But I actually have a move that triggers here.
Yeah? When you take damage, and that damage is odd, the flames within you... Ah, that's right, roll a d4. Better than nothing.
Yeah, so I think he takes less damage.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the fire is still burning at the horns, just not from his hands, from his, like, chest.
Yeah, I like the idea of, like, just... Like, flames just pouring out of his middle. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
So is Ro, like, stuck on there?
For the moment, yeah. Ro is a little bit impaled, but only on one of the smaller horns, rather than one of the big ones.
Fuck. Okay. This is gonna... I have an option here. I can try and pin the thing down so Ro can get out. Meaning I turn back into a little person, but I'm still, like... I still have the messy tag on stuff, and I'll still fucking tear this thing, throw it out with my teeth. But I won't be an alligator anymore. Alternatively, I can try and bite it and use that tag to reduce armor, and hopefully we kill this thing quicker. Preference?
Well, I'm wondering what Aphon is doing at the moment.
That was my question.
That too.
I did have the image in my head of all of this going down and Aphon being like...
Yeah, I thought Aphon was asleep or something, or
look,
watching the stars.
It's serious. Like...
Yeah, like, when they realize that nobody's, like, come back, they're like, maybe I should go have a look. And, like, they like, pick up their warhammer and their shield, and they're like, if everyone's dying, I'm gonna have a fun time. Just, like, walks over. I guess they're probably gonna try and just hit the thing.
I mean, like, yeah, so the thing you see this giant stag half pinned to the ground with, like, by, like, the giant alligator with Ro, like, partly impaled on one of the smaller, telephone pole horns.
You know what?
Quite a circus.
I feel like Dungeon World fights turn into circuses very quickly.
Because
I feel like Dungeon World itself turns into a circus very quickly.
Because there isn't 3 pages of grapple rules.
Yeah. So yeah, I do think they're just gonna, like, realize that Ro is impaled on this thing and that Mari's doing her thing and is like, just like dives in with the hammer.
Cool.
Like,
Bonk.
swings it around on like the rope attached to their hand and just hits the thing.
Cool. That sounds rad. I mean, its head is at your height, so that makes perfect
Yeah,
sense.
because they're not a big one. All right.
Holy heck.
Nice.
Do you want to do the additional
Nice.
damage and open yourself to like an attack, or do you want to just play it safe?
Could I spend my last hold to allow them to do full damage without opening themselves up? So I'll pin it down?
Yes.
I will do that.
If we're doing that, then yeah, for sure.
That sounds rad as heck. So roll your damage plus an extra d6.
All right, so 2d6.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, respectable damage.
Not bad.
Yeah, the sound of like, you expect it to make it the sound of breaking bone, but it sounds more like bending and like breaking steel, as the hammer comes down on its skull, and like its skull caves in, and it should be dead. But now it's just lying kind of comatose, like not comatose, like sort of like twitching catatonic. And it's trying to like move its legs in a way that might indicate that it would stand, but that doesn't seem to be working. And it's making these weird little yelps. Like its skull is crushed.
Yeah. You fucking bashed thing's head in, and like so like it like flailed. I imagine it was going to hit you, but like she like pounces on it again, but turns back into a little girl. And you'd imagine when she's a little girl, she like runs away or something. No, she's gonna just like I said, I've described her as like having like claws still in like human forms. She's gonna like take those and just like start slashing at it and biting at its neck, trying to get it to stop moving until until it fucking stops.
Yeah, you take out the you tear the great vulcanized rubber hose of its like primary artery, and its hot red blood pours onto the ground alongside the staining of the mulberries on the floor, and it goes still. What happens next?
I would like, because I can sense magic things and Ro is a magic thing, I'm going to help pull Ro off of the antler.
Would I be able to tell which one of these two is like the most fucked up from this fight?
Oh, I am.
Yeah, you can tell easily.
Yeah, so I would literally just walk over and like place a hand, like probably like reach for like the like amulet they have on their like neck and just place it on Mary's shoulder and be like, you probably need this.
For a second, before when you're approaching, I think she's literally just like eating part of the thing still, like a wolf killing something, right? Like is more aggressive than that. And then you like go to place a hand over, and for a split second she like looks at you and like snaps at your hand. And then like you see like her eyes like zoom in sort of on you, and like they were like really dilated. And she just like slowly turns back to the thing and lets you put a hand on her shoulder.
All right. How does casting a spell? I have to do the move first, right?
Yeah, you have to trigger it in the fiction. So let's have
yeah,
a look.
I think
cleric. What is the thing for casting a spell? So yeah, you need to unleash a spell granted to you by your DD.
Yeah, I have cure wounds prepared, so
yeah, cool. Roll plus wisdom.
Yeah,
Let's see. Cool. Which of those do you want to choose?
The -1 until the next time I commune, because I'm gonna do that in the morning.
Sounds like a good plan. All right. Everyone's on top of it.
Cure light wounds. I heal 1d8 damage.
Nice. Cool. And then the night is quiet, save for crickets and some lonesome frog with a deep a deep and resonant croak.
Shut up, Arnery. You're not even on this adventure.
But yeah, the night settles in around you. So having because we rolled a 6, it means that a 6 minus, it means that a bad thing happens, but then also you do all get to do one camp action.
I'm gonna heal the rest of the wounds that I have.
Tend to your wounds, regain up to half your max HP.
Cool, I'll go back to full. Last time turned into a giant snake and like shedded her skin to heal. You mentioned there was like a river or something similar nearby?
There's a creek nearby.
Yeah, I think she turns into the alligator again, like a smaller one, like a smaller version, and like just slowly walks into the water until morning. And just like if you look and occasionally you'll see her like eyes like flick open and like watch you while you sleep.
Cool. What's everyone else doing this evening?
I think because I haven't got a well-established backstory, I'm going to meditate on the physics of the universe and take +1 forward.
Yeah, that sounds cool. What do you look like when you're meditating on the physics of the universe?
Just meditating?
Yeah. But like, do you sit and watch the fire? Do you join in the stargazing?
I don't have any eyes.
Oh, right, of course. So you just sit peacefully. Right. Cool.
I think Ro is pestering Aphon.
Because Ro likes to learn things.
Yes. So he is like probably is Aphon stargazing?
Like almost all of the time with their one good eye.
Oh yeah. So Ro is probably standing in their light.
Yeah, they like. Yes. What was your name again? Ro, was it?
Yes, that was actually what I wanted to talk to you about. It seems like everyone around here just has the one name. Do you have I think they're called last names?
Not for a long time, at least.
Oh. I hear there's a ceremony that can fix that.
I tend to do better without more names. It's easier that way to get around, especially with.
Well, I think having more names is fantastic. I have a very, very fancy name, and it is the pride of my home.
Can I stop my +1 forward and swap in some name telling?
Yes. You're going to change your action.
Yeah, sensing that unless Zach wants to go for the XP for the storytelling.
I was planning to.
Okay,
if you wanted to do something,
I won't interrupt then. So.
You can still be part of the scene though.
Yeah, you can still be part.
And that can still be resting soundly.
No, I'll leave it.
Okay.
We could. I mean, if you have something in mind, we could. You could swap it up.
I was getting the impression that Aphon was not interested in interacting at all, but I got the wrong impression, so I'll leave it be.
There will be more camps.
It's more their personality where they're like this. They're very passive when it comes to things. They're like, so my name is really of no importance. I only care about the name of Shobi, for she is the one who guides us, after all.
Oh, you're one of those types. I see.
Indeed. She is the one who leads us through the day, the night, the rain, the storms. What I am is of little importance, in the end. I merely act as a vessel for her will.
There's a pun there about
splashing.
halfling.
Well, I think it is very important to take pride in your name. I am Tank Row, Pest Control Prototype. Thank you very much. Tank is my last name. All my siblings had it. Row, that's just for me. I'm not sure about the other parts. But that's a name I am proud to carry with me. I don't need any, warden or such to guide me along the way.
As you wish, though she has an hand in everything you do, for she guides your fate.
That's interesting. Now, what are you looking at?
I'm looking at the face of my god. It's calming to see the world in front of you, discern its truths.
I think Ro has wandered away at this point.
Yeah,
Probably halfway through when Aphone was talking.
Yeah, they just start rambling to themselves.
That's amazing. I love it. Cool. Well, that sounds like the two of you are going to mark XP. I'm not sure who was telling the story and who was listening, but that definitely was an XP trigger. Cool. Well, how about we take a break then, if everyone's done their camp actions, as the party settles in for their rest, and we'll return in the morning shortly.